YouTube, I'm not gonna lie, you guys are definitely gonna want to watch this one to the end. Alright, you guys, so let's just jump right into it, okay? As you guys can see, my client has locks, and we have a huge problem here with this hairline area. So usually what he would do is just get a high taper on the sides and the back and get his beard done, because his front hairline, you can't, it's impossible to get a straight lineup on his front hairline without pushing it back, without overly pushing it back on one side. And he does not like that, okay? So I tell you guys all the time, your main goal as a barber is to satisfy your client, okay? So today was his birthday, so he did say, let's try a lineup, and if you just get me crispy. I'm not really worried about if it's going to be straight. As long as it's crispy, that's all that matters. So at the end of the cut, I did give him a crispy lineup, but it's not going to come out straight because he doesn't want the right side that's lower to be pushed up super high to match the left side. So it's going to look clean. It's not going to be that bad because his hair is still going to hang over, but we just had to satisfy our client, okay? A lot of barbers are not going to agree with this video, but that's not my job. My job isn't to satisfy other barbers that watch me or other viewers that watch me. My job is to satisfy whoever's sitting in my chair, and that's what I get paid to do. So now that we got that out the way, I'm basically just doing a regular high taper, and just did my steps, my regular steps that I always use. If you guys do not know my steps, please go watch my last videos, on my other videos, just so you get a little taste of how I cut. If you guys are new and you tuning in, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on that bell, because I do drop every day, okay? I drop every day, Tuesday through Saturday, so you guys need to stay up to date when I drop, okay? So now moving on to the back, we're going to do the same exact steps. We're just stretching out our guidelines more because my client does have a longer neck area. Pause. I don't know if that was a pause moment, but I just feel like I had to say it. So we are going to stretch out each guideline, but after we set the guidelines in, we're going to use that clipper using our corners to take each guideline out. And definitely, guys, make sure you take your time when doing your haircuts. You don't want to rush them. You don't want your client to feel like you're rushing them, okay? Take your time, and if you just naturally cut fast, I'm pretty sure your clients know that. That was time for the lineup. I didn't really lower it lower than I do on low cuts. Like usually on low cuts, if I cut it to a 2, I'll use like the one open on the lineup areas. I didn't do that with this just because I did cut it against the grain. Now, okay, this is the tricky part. It's a huge cowlick in the front lineup. Okay, so we're going to lower the part that's just laid straight down on both sides, and then we're going to try to go a little against the grain with that cowlick area, because against the grain is with the grain for cowlick, because the cowlick grows backwards. So I'm doing this higher side, this naturally higher side first. And when I say higher side, it's not necessarily his hairline that's higher on one side. It's more of his head shape. Okay, like you guys can only see so much of it. Like if I put a lot of barbers in person and seeing his head shape, you guys will understand more on why I cut it how I did. I did try to get it as crispy as I could, crispy and symmetrical as I could without pushing it back like he wanted it. But it was never going to be able to come out straight, like ruler straight. So yeah, it's just the head shape is not as easy as it looks on camera. It looks really easy on camera. Like everybody gonna be looking at this like, hey, what you mean you couldn't get it straight? I could have did it easily. No, you couldn't have, bruh. No, you could not have. Okay, the camera makes it look better than what it is in person. So now we're gonna use enhancements. I'm using Tune 45 No Drip. You can get that at tune45.com. Use my code WavyKid at checkout. And we're just applying a little bit so I can still look natural, but like he said, he did want it to be crispy. And we're just going to detail it a little bit by going back over it after we apply the enhancements. Now as you can see, that's pretty crispy. It's not as symmetrical as it could be, but that's pretty much the head shapes. There's not really much we could do about that. He wanted to be crispy, we got him crispy. So now I'm just doing the beard using my razor, making sure I stretch that skin as I go. And I do have a facial hair video